Hello friends, welcome to another video, and in this video we will discuss one more advanced coding question of TCS NQT. This question was asked on day 2, that is 20th of August 2022. So we will discuss this question, and in this question we will discuss the code also in C++. And I have already made a separate video of same question with Python programming language, and another video is there of same question in Java also. So whichever language you are favorable with, you can go through that. Now we have to see this question. Now this question is a good one and it is of medium level, so I advise you all to try to solve this, okay, and then we will see the solution. So the question is like this: you are given an array of size n. Your task is to select a subsequence of maximum length possible having maximum sum. Subsequence should be selected in following manner: positive, negative, or if you start with negative, then negative, positive. So the numbers should be in alternate. First one is positive, then next should be negative, and so on. And you have to print the maximum sum possible by selecting maximum subsequence. So let us see with the help of this one. Okay, so at first you will be given the length of array. So in this case I have taken this sample test case. Here the length of array is 7 and you will be given 7 elements. Now what we have to do, we have to select a subsequence having maximum sum possible. So before that, let us see what is subsequence. So subsequence is like this. Subsequence basically means start from here and you have two options, either select it or not select it. So let us, I am giving you an example of subsequence. So let us say I selected this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So it will be one subsequence. And I left this one and this one and this one. So -5 and 7 I left it. So this is one subsequence. So all the examples that you are seeing here is the example of subsequence. So I hope it is clear. Subsequence is nothing, start from here and select it. But one thing you have to keep in mind, that if I selected -2 and next I selected -5, then you cannot come back. Like this one, -2, -5 and then 9. It is not a subsequence. So -2, -5, and again I came back to 9. So you have to keep moving forward and try to select or not select. So this way it is called subsequence. So I hope it is clear. So these are the example of subsequence. Now we have to find the maximum length of subsequence. So let us say if I ask you, could this be a subsequence that we are wanting? No. Why? Because in question, as you can see, it was given the subsequence should be alternate. If the first number you have selected is positive, then next should be negative, then again positive, then negative. But you look here, so -2 negative, 9 positive, and again 2 is positive. But what we said, that we want to be alternate. So it should be negative. So this subsequence is not favorable. Now if I see example of, suppose I select -2, 9. I selected a subsequence -2 and 9. So this could be our answer. But the problem is it is not maximum. Why? Because there is chances that we would have selected -5 also, -1 also. So we have other options of length greater than 2, like this one. If you select -2, 7, -1, -2, 7 and -1. So in this case you can see our length is 3. Similarly here also length 3, length 3. So we have to go up to last so that we get maximum subsequence. This is first choice. And next we have to maximize the sum. So out of these 3, which have maximum sum? So as you can see, this last one, -2, 9, -1. So its sum is 6. So this should be the output. Output should be the sum, but this subsequence should be the answer. Okay, but these two will not be, because these are not having maximum sum. So I hope you understand the question. Okay, now how to approach this, how to solve this. So let me tell you, if you go through the question and you have to think silently, or you have to pay very close attention, then one thing you must have observed. And the thing is, whenever you will get any continuous positive or continuous negative, then out of this we have to select only one. Now you would say, why can't I select more than one? The reason is, suppose I selected in the final subsequence, suppose I selected 7. Now I have selected 7. Now if I want that, okay, in the subsequence I also want 2. So is it possible? No, because the moment you select 2 continuous positive, then our this pattern mismatch. So the pattern that we should have is alternate, but here we will get 2 consecutive positive. So our subsequence will be wrong. So that's why I said, whenever you have continuous positive, then we must we know that we have to select only one out of it. Because the moment you select one and again you will try to select another, it will be wrong. Because the moment I selected one positive, now I want next to be negative, not positive. And similar thing is for negative also. So let us say there are 2 negatives and I selected this one in our final subsequence that we will make. So up to here we selected, suppose -2 and 9. Now we got negative. So suppose I selected -5. Now again if I will try to select -1, it will be 2 negative consecutive, which is wrong, because I want to be alternate. So the moment you select one negative, the next thing that I want is one more positive, not negative. Okay, so this was the simple logic that we have to keep in mind, that the moment you get continuous positive or negative, we have to select only one. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Now we have to select only one, that we understood. Now which one to select? So I hope it is very simple. So out of these 3, if I have to select one, then it is obvious that I will select the maximum one. Why? Because I want the sum to be maximum. So the question it is asking that maximum sum should be there. So I hope we are getting towards the answer. So out of these 3, we will select 9. And this is only one negative, so obviously we have to select. Then we will select 9. Then out of these 2, now which one to select? Now in negative, I will select one which is less negative. So I will select -1. Because we want the sum to be maximum. Now if I select -5, it will reduce our sum more. But if I select -1, it will reduce it but less. Okay, let me give you an example. So up till here, suppose I selected -2 and 9. So up till here our sum is 7. Now here if I select -5, our sum will become 2. But if I select -1, our sum will become 6. So 6 is maximum. So in negative also, we will select the one which is maximum, like -1. So this is the simple thing. Now we will see how to code it. So this is the code in C++, and we will see how to deal with it. Okay, so these are the basic thing. I hope all are clear. Now int main is there. Now if we see the input, then input should be like this. The first line should be the length of array, and the next line should be the array itself. So just we did the same thing, C in n, and taken the input n, and then through the loop we took the input of the array, declared a vector. Now we will start how to solve. So up till declaration of vector we understood. Now see what should be the logic. So the logic is simple. Now you have to listen carefully. Now the logic is, at first we will create a vector. So let us say I have a vector L, or let us say it is V. So our vector is V. So here also it will be V. Okay, so we have a vector v. Now what I will do, we will start from this left one and we will push it. So in vector we will got -2. So we know that first element will already be there, whether it should be negative or positive. So we pushed -2. Now whenever you came to this element, now the first thing that we have to check the previous element. Now if previous is negative, then we know for sure that this should be positive. Okay, and if previous is positive, then we are sure that out of these two we will take one. So let us see for now. So we have here 7. So we will check the condition. Is it positive or negative? So it is positive and previous one is negative. So we will append it. So see, 7 has been pushed. Because if last one is negative, so, and this is positive, so it is favorable to push it. Because in this way, we maintain the alternate sequence that is required. So for negative, positive, no problem. Now we move here. Now again we will check it is positive or negative. So 9 is positive, but the last element that we pushed is also positive. So in this case, what we have to do, since both are positive, and as we discussed, when we have continuous positive, we will take only one. Because we cannot push it. The moment we push it, then it will be 2 positive continuous. So if we have last one also positive and current one also positive, then we will take the maximum of 2. So the moment we got both positive, we updated 7 with 9, as you can see. So our new vector will be -2, 9. So I hope you are getting it. Okay. Now again we move to here. Now the current element is positive, last element of vector is also positive. Again we have to see which is maximum, because if you have continuous, then we want maximum one, and we know for sure that we need only one. Okay, so obviously 9 is greater than 2, then no need to do anything. Now again we will move to next element. It is negative, and the last element of the vector is positive. So if it is positive and current one is negative, then it is favorable to append it, because we want alternate sequence, and in appending this there is no problem. Okay, so we will push it. So our new vector will be like this. Okay, so when there is similar symbol like negative, negative, positive, then we have to update, and when there is different symbol, then we have to push. Now we came here. Now our current element is -1. Now we will check the last element of the vector. It is also minus, it is also negative. It means we have to update it, because 2 negative cannot be there. So out of this we will take maximum, and maximum of -5 and -1 is -1. So we update -5 with -1, or we replace it with -1. So this is the new vector. And you can observe that we are maintaining the sequence negative, positive, negative. Now finally we got 0. Now 0 is a special case, because 0 is neither positive nor negative. So we will not do anything with it. We will skip it. Okay, so no need to do anything. So final subsequence that we got is this one. And if you see the sum, it will be 6. So this will be the maximum sum possible. And you can try it yourself. No other subsequence will have sum greater than 6, and it should be alternate. Okay, so this was the code. So I hope you understand the logic. Now see it line by line. So we were up to here. We declared the vector. Okay, so we declared the vector here, and the first element we will push it already. So we pushed A0, and then the loop will start from 1 up to n. Now, as we told you, we always have to keep our eye on last element. So last index, we got it, v.size -1, and that last index value we stored in k. So k will stored what is the last element value, like last element of the array. Oh, sorry, last element of the vector. So we always have to compare it with last element only. So it is necessary. So in k we will store the last element. Now, this if else, forget it for now. We will look it afterward. Now see here. If AI is the current element, so we will check current element is less than 0. It means it is negative. So if current element is negative, we will check the last element of vector. Is it positive or is it negative? Now this if block, if last index, v of last index is less than 0, it means last element is negative and current element is also negative. So both are negative, so we will update last index with maximum of the two. And if current is negative and last is positive, because else will be positive, so we will just push it. Okay. Similarly, so this was if current element is negative, and final else is if current element is positive. Now if current element is positive and if last element is also positive, then we will update the maximum one, or we will replace the last index element with maximum one. And if the current is positive and last is negative, then we will just push the current. So the whatever we talked here, same thing I have coded here. Okay, so in this way we will get this vector. Now coming back to this two if else, what it was. So this else if is for if current is 0. So I told you if current is 0, current element value is 0, then just continue, just skip it. So we did continue. And if k is equals to 0, it is for k is storing the last element of the vector. So if last element of the vector is 0, so we do not need 0. Let us say example that the first element is 0. Sorry. So let us say first element is 0. So it is already in the vector. So if it is already in the vector and it is 0, then what I am saying that whatever current element is, just update this 0 with the current element, because we have no need of 0, because 0 is not essential for us. So same thing I have done here. If last element value is 0, then just update it to current element and then move forward. So this was the code all about, and I hope it is clear. So there was no big deal in it, just we had to keep two things in mind. We will keep pushing the element, and if the current element will be or having the different sign than the previous element, then we will just push it. But if the current element is same as previous element, like both are positive or both are negative, then just update it with the maximum value, because we want the sum to be maximum. So now try to run it. So the code I have written here, same code is here. So in this file a.cpp. Now let me run this. So let us take an example, simple one. 4 5 6 1. Okay, so we got output as 4. So these 4 elements are here, and out of these 2 positive we will select 5, and these 2 negative we will select -1. So 5 - 1 4. And try to run that sample one also. So 8 -5 8 9 3. Okay, so we got 9. So this output is 9. And how we will get 9? So we will select -5, and out of these 3 we will select 9, and out of these 2 we will select -1, and out of these 2 positive we will select 2. Just add it, you will get 9. So I hope it was clear. So this was the question, and you have to solve maximum number of questions, and I have already uploaded all the coding question, advanced coding question of day 1 also. That is on 19th August 2022 it was asked. So go through it, try to solve more number of questions, and if you have any doubt in any parts of the code like here, so just mention the line number and you can ask in the comment section. Okay, so this is all from my side, and thank you guys, take care.